The Banshees of Inisherin is about these two Irish guys, played by Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson. And Brendan Gleeson's character goes, I don't want to be a mate anymore.
Yeah.
I'm alright, thanks.
Yeah, just one day, all of a sudden just goes, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Yeah, which is a mood.
Yeah.
And Colin Farrell is obviously annoyed by that.
Yeah, and he's confused, and he's why?
And it sets the stage for the rest of the film. And I'm going to say something.
And it's basically that.
Yeah, I'm going to say something right now which may confuse you.
Okay.
I don't want to be your friend. No, I think this is the anti-MrBeast movie. And that is a statement I will explain.
Yeah, because I don't really know MrBeast, so I'm going to be lost.
My YouTube short feed has been full of a lot of MrBeast podcasts and a lot of big billionaire influencers. I'm going somewhere with this. Trust me, I'm going somewhere with this. Lots of big billionaire influencers talking about the hustle, talking about the grind.
Mindset.
You need to be a billionaire now, and this is how to do it. Work all the time.
Your network is your network.
Exactly. Commit yourself to the grind.
Yes.
And I think this film is basically looking at that and going, bullshit. And I think what Martin McDonagh's done is create a really interesting film about the hustle and about the grind, because Brendan Gleeson's character is obviously someone who is absolutely obsessed with the idea of a legacy.
And because he's getting older, and it's like a lot of the like he sees Colin Farrell's character as like dull and exactly what he doesn't want to be.
Billionaires on YouTube Shorts, they for some reason also say YouTube Short apparently like glitch where they just recommend you nothing but right wing videos about.
It's so weird. It's so funny because I obviously never really see YouTube when I'm not signed in. But like you know when I like go on like when I might do stuff with my girlfriend, like we use this like app called Hyperbeam, which is like it's basically like a share screen but on like a different thing on like a separate browser. And when we go onto YouTube, obviously when I go on, because my account's not on it, I immediately see the front page of YouTube, and it's either MrBeast videos, a popular music video, or like right-wing propaganda.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, I mean, like, you know, the amount of stuff I saw for fucking like Johnny Depp, that was like very obvious, like pro Johnny Depp, fucking I hate Amber Heard, like it's like, but that's the thing, is like, like, you know, but then you never see that.
Yeah.
But then
So what was I saying? Yeah, so Brendan Gleeson's character is committed to the idea of having a legacy.
Yeah.
Committed to this idea of his work-life balance, because he wants to be a musician. Mm-hmm. He wants to create music, and he wants to create music that will last forever. He's super inspired by Mozart.
He's creating music, but for the most part, it only stays with him and like the few that he meets at the pub.
And he wants it to go, you know, viral.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What I'm trying to do is relate this to a lot of modern people's problem, where the whole idea of success nowadays and building this business, getting the hustle, is by making shit on TikTok that goes viral because of sounds on TikTok.
Yeah.
You could argue the modern day equivalent of creating a hit fiddle tune in the 1920s Ireland.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? If Brendan Gleeson's character was alive today, he'd be making TikToks, and I stand by that. But yeah, so Brendan Gleeson, he thinks his work-life balance is shit, because he thinks he's not working enough, because he's spending too much time listening to Colin Farrell talk about donkey shit. Mm-hmm. And so he's like, no, I want to be on the hustle 24/7, and I want to have only engaging, thoughtful conversations which improve me mentally, make me smarter, and I want to be spending my time writing music.
Yes.
I think what's really funny is we never really see him doing any of that. We hear about him having wrote a tune. We never hear the tune by the end of it, really. We hear a bit of it.
No, you hear like chunks of it, but you never hear the full thing from like start to finish.
Yeah. And so, we hear...
You don't even know if he even like did it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You don't really know, and that's the interesting thing.
So we hear him say, now I'm going to become a smarter, more, fulfilled person. He never does that. All he does is makes, spoilers, a lot of shit goes down.
Yeah, he basically shuts out his friend.
Yeah.
It's like as one real friend.
Exactly.
That he had.
And so to me, it shows and I think it is the anti-MrBeast, anti-grind hustle culture film, because it's showing the toxicity of that. Because all of these videos online are saying that what we need to do to become better people and to become successful people, successful in whatever, this weird metric where the only thing that matters is money and business and legacy and capital.
Yeah.
What we need to do is give up family, give up friends, give up, having a life. Exactly. Yeah. Devote yourself to the hustle. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love MrBeast videos the majority of the time. I think he is good at what he does with YouTube. But I remember seeing this bloody video, which was about him saying how he can't do anything without it having to improve him mentally, because he knows how much his time is worth exactly. And so if he wastes an hour just chatting to someone about nothing, then he knows exactly how much money he's losing.
He's too focused on everything else, but he's not focused. He hasn't put enough focus on life.
Exactly, and that's all I could think about watching this film. This absolutely brilliant film.
Yeah.
Where that's all I could think about was this idea that, Brendan Gleeson's character has gone with that approach. Yeah. He's gone with the approach of, I'm wasting my time doing anything that isn't furthering me as a human.
Yes.
And what the film does is show, maybe that's not the best way to go about life. Yeah. We all need a dull conversation.
Yeah.
With the people who actually appreciate us.
Because they're the moment you'll remember the most.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think for me, and I agree with that as well. Yeah. I can totally see that. I think for me, what a lot of it's about is it's about because there's a lot of stuff in it about the island civil war.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of lines that it's like while they're on this little island, on the other side, it's fucking explosions going off and all these things. And none of these people on this island even know who's fighting who or what it means. Like there's that scene where the police officer's talking about he's gonna help with executions. Yeah. And he asks who's getting executed. And he goes it's like these people who are gonna execute the IRA. Or it might be the other way around. And it's like this thing of they don't know what the fuck it means. They don't know what any of this means. Yeah. And it's and a lot of Banshees is about this feud.
Yes.
But this feud doesn't actually make any sense when you think about it. It's not really spoilers because it's in the trailer, but Brendan Gleeson says to Colin Farrell, "Oh, if you don't stop talking to me, I'll chop off my fingers."
Yeah.
On the hand where he plays violin.
Yeah.
But he's devoted himself
to play
music. Yeah. So it's really it's pointless.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't make any sense. You're not talking to him because of this, but if he keeps, but it's one of them. You're gonna lose. Yeah. Either way, and it's this thing of this feud is meaningless.
Yes.
And it's funny because with Colin Farrell, a lot of the jokes about Colin Farrell in the film is that he's simple.
Yeah.
He's dull. He's whatever. He might be, and it's whereas. But it's one of them where when you actually listen to him, he actually probably makes the most sense.
Well, no, exactly.
Because he's just genuinely confused as to why this person has all of a sudden stopped talking to him.
Exactly.
And when Brendan Gleeson does give an answer, he's still confused because the answers don't make any sense.
Exactly.
Because why would he chop off his fingers?
Exactly.
So we can't play music anymore, which is why he's not either. It's one of them where it's this thing of it doesn't make any sense what he's doing.
Exactly. But
then it gets to the point where, if you look at it from a wider scale of a lot of the war in Ireland, there was reasons for it, but it got to the point where it was why are they even fighting?
Yeah.
And that's the thing with war in general. It's war always has a point at first, but then it gets to a point where it just becomes meaningless fighting. Yeah. It just becomes, I mean that's what a lot of fucking world wars ended up being. Yeah. They were always clear at first, say World War II was you're fighting against the Nazis. World War I fucking especially was it's this, but then the problem was it got to a certain point where the war went on for so long. Yeah. That it's what are you fighting for? When I don't know, when America goes to a country and they start, fighting in a war, and it's they go on for years. Yeah. It's why at that point? Yeah. It comes to a certain point with these things where it's why are you doing that? Yeah. And that's what a lot of it is with war. And it's and with this film, it's not necessarily just, obviously world wars or civil wars. It's a war. It's a feud. Yeah. It's between these two people who used to be friends, and then the next day they've just went, and Colin goes from, and it's like, and it goes from like understanding it and like the, to it getting more and more heated as it goes on.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I think, and like one of the like just absolutely amazing things about the film is very much, it is a comedy drama.
Yeah. I think, well, I've heard this word before, and I think it describes the film absolutely perfectly. A tragicomedy.
That's exactly what it's. Yeah, it's a comedy that does an impressive job of being really, really funny. Like, genuinely one of the funniest films I've seen this year.
Yes.
To all of a sudden, the jokes just end.
Yeah.
At a certain point in the film, like probably the last like 20 minutes or so, the jokes just stop.
Yeah.
It stops being a comedy. Like, and it's a really like abrupt and drastic change that it takes. But it is so perfectly done.
Yeah.
Where the film makes you go from laughing to when the film ends, it is like a fucking punch to the gut.
Yeah.
And it is so like, genuinely, that film is like a masterclass of how to do comedy drama.
Yeah.
Like the way it's able to balance those two things that are really like, because that's the thing, is like the film, when I like the film is funny. It's not just like witty. Like the film is funny.
Yeah.
Like Barry Keoghan.
Oh, he's
basically plays just like the town, like the village idiot almost.
Yeah,
it's like and it's like he probably has like a misdiagnosed or like an undiagnosed like disorder, most likely, because it's that Aaron, the way he acts, it's like, but his character, he's extremely funny.
Yeah.
But then obviously no spoilers, but there's a certain thing that happens to that character where it's like, fucking hell, and it just hits you.
Yeah. When
it happens, and it's and it's the way it's able to do all of these things, and as well, like the film's like, and as well, the film is 2 hours, or like just under 2 hours, and a lot of it is very much Colin Farrell's confused at Brendan Gleeson.
Oh yeah.
Like it's very much that film.
Yeah.
It doesn't really do anything else other than that.
Yeah.
But it's so well written and well acted and looks gorgeous and is so just designed. It's like you don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
If it does that, you know what I mean? Like you don't care if the film is repetitive in that way. But it's a good film.
Yeah.
It's a great film. Like
absolutely.
it's like this thing of like the film gets to a point where it's just a lot of what's going on is meaningless. But that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it's looking at, is like it's just this feud for no reason.
Yeah.
Like they have the reasons, but the reasons don't make any sense.
Yeah.
And it's like, but that's kind of how a lot of these things go. Is a lot of when people have like arguments or something, or when these things happen, or when because that can happen where like you lose a friend over like something stupid. And it's like, in the long run, it's who gives a fuck, but it happens. Yeah. Or people have these feuds over little tiny things, and it's like, and that's what's interesting about it, is how it covers those things in a really absurd and hilarious way.
Yeah.
But also in a very fucking real and harrowing way at the same time.
Yeah.
Like it's just the way it's done. It's just absolutely fantastic. Like it truly is like one of the best films like this year.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like easily one of the best like written films I've seen in years.
100%.
Like that screenplay is like literally perfect.
Yeah.
Like there is just not a waste of
people
moments in that.
People need to watch this.
Yeah, like it's without a doubt one of the best films this year, and I think and I'm assuming it's gonna get in the Oscars. Obviously,
it bloody better.
It better get like a ton of like praise, because it absolutely deserves it. It's absolutely fantastic.
100%. People need to go see this film. The anti-MrBeast film.
The anti-MrBeast film. They should remake it with MrBeast.
Oh, absolutely. It's like MrBeast and it's like his girlfriend.
Yeah.